If you're 60 to 65 and can still do this, you're a rare gem and destined to live to 100. As I sit here, reflecting on the years that have passed, I can't help but marvel at the life I've lived. Now, I'm not one to claim any great secret to longevity, but I've certainly learned a few things along the way. If you're in your 60s or even 65, and you can still do the things I'm about to share, I'm telling you, you are a rare gem. You're not just lucky, you're blessed. You're living proof that with the right mindset, habits, and attitude, you can not only live a long life, you can live a good one filled with vitality, purpose, and joy. And if you're still moving, learning, and embracing life with passion in your 60s, chances are you might just be one of the fortunate ones who reaches 100. But let me be clear, living to 100 isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. And thriving in your golden years requires more than just good genes. It requires a commitment to your body, mind, and spirit, no matter how old you are. There are things you can do every day to ensure that your health and vitality are preserved as you age. There are habits you can develop to continue living with purpose. These things are within your control, and they are essential for anyone who wants to experience the full depth of life, regardless of age. I've learned that those of us who are 60 and beyond have a unique opportunity. We have the benefit of time, of wisdom, and of experiences that have shaped us in ways that younger generations are still trying to understand. But there's something else we have, something that goes beyond just the physical aspects of life. It's the attitude, the drive, and the belief that we are far from over. We've lived through many seasons of life, and there's something profound about reaching this stage. It's a time when we truly understand that age is just a number, and we've learned to use our experiences to fuel us, not hold us back. But here's the catch. Many people in their 60s start to believe that they're slowing down, that they're too old to do the things they once did. They accept this as inevitable, but I'm here to tell you, it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to succumb to the stereotypes of aging. If you're still able to move, think, and embrace new challenges, you're on the right path. And that's exactly what I want to share with you today. The key signs that you're on your way to living a long, fulfilled life. Signs that will tell you, yes, you're not just aging, you're thriving. So, if you're in your 60s, listen closely. If you can still do what I'm about to tell you, you are indeed a rare gem. And with each passing day, you're proving that living to 100 isn't just a dream, it's a very real possibility. Chapter 1. The Power of Daily Movement. As we age, one of the first things we notice is that our bodies aren't as agile as they used to be. It can be easy to fall into the mindset that slowing down is just a part of getting older. But if you're still able to move with ease in your 60s, whether it's taking long walks, stretching, doing light exercises, or even engaging in more rigorous activities, you're on the right track. I've lived long enough to understand one powerful truth. Movement is life. And when I say movement, I don't mean just getting out of bed or walking from the car to the front door. I mean active movement, whether it's a daily walk, a yoga routine, or even lifting weights. The human body was made to move, and when we stop moving, we stop living in the way that God intended. For those of us over 60, daily movement is one of the most important keys to longevity. There's something miraculous that happens when we keep our bodies in motion. Not only does it keep our muscles and joints functioning, but it also encourages good circulation, supports heart health, and boosts mental clarity. Every step we take and every stretch we perform is a small victory that adds years to our lives. I can remember my younger days when I didn't pay as much attention to my physical health, but once I hit my 60s, I realized that maintaining an active lifestyle was a non-negotiable. Every morning, without fail, I go for a brisk walk. It doesn't matter if it's sunny or rainy, my body craves that movement, and I've learned to listen to it. I also make time for stretching and simple strength exercises, even if it's just for 10 to 15 minutes a day. These small, consistent acts of care are what allow me to maintain my health and vitality as I continue to age. The great thing about daily movement is that it doesn't have to be intense. It's about finding what works for you. It could be walking around the block, tending to your garden, or taking the stairs instead of the elevator. If you can keep yourself moving, you're already ahead of the curve. If you're 60 or older and still taking time each day to move your body, whether it's walking, yoga, or any other form of activity, you're laying the foundation for a long, healthy life. Chapter 2. The importance of a healthy diet. At the age of 60, many people begin to slow down their eating habits. They may start skipping meals, eating out of convenience, or choosing foods that are quick but not necessarily nourishing. But if you can still maintain a healthy, balanced diet at this stage of life, you are far ahead of many others. A good diet is essential for preserving your strength, boosting your energy, and maintaining your mental clarity. The food we eat has a direct impact on how we feel, how our bodies function, and how we age. I've come to realize that eating well isn't about dieting or restricting yourself. It's about fueling your body with the nutrients it needs to thrive. In my 60s, I began paying closer attention to the foods I was putting into my body. I made a conscious effort to eat more fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. I cut back on processed foods and sugary snacks, knowing that they did nothing for my energy or overall well-being. It wasn't an overnight change, but over time, I noticed a huge difference. I felt better, had more energy, and my mind felt sharper. I wasn't just eating to fill my stomach, I was eating to nourish my body, to give it the fuel it needed to keep going. I've also learned that it's important to eat mindfully. Taking time to chew slowly, savor each bite, and listen to my body's hunger cues has been a game changer. Overeating or eating too quickly only leads to sluggishness and fatigue. If you're still able to pay attention to your diet in your 60s, making mindful choices and opting for nutritious, whole foods, you're doing something right. And this one change can add years to your life. Remember, you are what you eat. If you are still choosing to nourish your body with good food, then you're not just surviving, you're thriving. A healthy diet is a key contributor to longevity, and if you're able to maintain this, you're well on your way to living a long, fulfilled life. Chapter 3. Mental Agility: The Importance of Lifelong Learning. One of the greatest gifts of aging is the wisdom that comes with it, but there's something equally important that should not be neglected: mental agility. Just as your body needs exercise, so too does your mind. If you're still actively learning new things, whether it's reading books, solving puzzles, taking up a new hobby, or simply engaging in thought-provoking conversations, you are giving yourself a gift that will help you live a longer, more vibrant life. Lifelong learning isn't just about acquiring knowledge. It's about staying mentally sharp, remaining curious, and never allowing your mind to stagnate. I'm constantly challenging myself to learn something new. In fact, one of my favorite things to do is read. I read anything that interests me, whether it's history, science, philosophy, or spiritual writings. This constant stream of new information helps to keep my mind alert, sharp, and active. But learning isn't confined to books. It can also mean exploring new skills, hobbies, or activities that keep your brain engaged. Whether it's learning to play an instrument, learning a new language, or trying your hand at a creative pursuit like painting or writing, the act of learning something new can provide great mental stimulation. Engaging in mentally challenging activities keeps your brain flexible, sharp, and ready for whatever comes next. What's fascinating about lifelong learning is that it has the power to keep us youthful. When we stop learning, our minds start to slow down. But when we continue to explore, ask questions, and engage with the world around us, we maintain the cognitive strength that supports both our physical and mental health. If you're still actively learning and growing, you are already one step closer to that centennial milestone. It's a sign that you're not only living, but living with purpose and vitality. Chapter 4. Staying Social: The Power of Connection. It's easy to assume that as we get older, we become less social. We might retire, have fewer obligations, and feel like the social connections we once had aren't as important. But nothing could be further from the truth. One of the greatest predictors of longevity is staying socially connected. If you're in your 60s and still make time to engage with family, friends, or community, you're doing something incredibly valuable for your health and well-being. Isolation is one of the most damaging factors for older adults. Studies have shown that loneliness and lack of social interaction can have serious negative effects on both physical and mental health. In my own experience, staying connected with others has been essential. Whether it's having regular phone calls with my children, meeting friends for coffee, or volunteering in my community, staying socially active has kept me feeling young, vibrant, and full of purpose. The key to social connection isn't just about quantity, it's about quality. Engaging with people who lift you up, who share your values, and who encourage you to be your best self is crucial. Positive relationships help reduce stress, promote a sense of belonging, and increase feelings of joy and fulfillment. As we age, we may not have the same social circles we did in our younger years, but that doesn't mean we should withdraw from the world. Whether it's through family, friendships, or community activities, maintaining strong, healthy relationships is one of the most powerful ways to support your physical, mental, and emotional health as you age. If you're still actively nurturing relationships, staying connected, and building meaningful friendships in your 60s, you're giving yourself a tremendous advantage. Social engagement is a key factor in living a long and happy life, and you're doing it right. Chapter 5. Maintaining a sense of purpose. As we age, we often find ourselves stepping back from the busyness of life. We may retire, our children become more independent, and our daily responsibilities lessen. At this stage, it can be easy to feel a sense of purposelessness, as if our role in the world is diminishing. But I've learned that this is a dangerous trap to fall into. Having a sense of purpose is crucial, not only for maintaining mental health, but also for longevity. Having a purpose gives us something to look forward to every day. It keeps us motivated, engaged, and connected to the world around us. It might be something as simple as mentoring younger people, taking care of grandchildren, volunteering, or contributing to a cause you're passionate about. For me, my purpose has evolved over the years. It used to be about providing for my family, climbing the career ladder, and achieving personal goals. But as I've aged, my sense of purpose has shifted. Now it's about passing on the wisdom I've gained over the years to younger generations, offering guidance, and living a life of service. A life of service is not just about helping others, it's also about feeling useful and valued. When we serve others, whether through acts of kindness, mentoring, or simply being present for those who need us, we feel a deep sense of satisfaction and joy. It reinforces the idea that we still have something to contribute, that our lives still matter. This sense of purpose, whether it's in your personal relationships, community involvement, or career, is essential for longevity. When you wake up each morning with a reason to get out of bed and engage with the world, you're more likely to live a long and fulfilling life. If you're in your 60s and still have a clear sense of purpose, you are not just surviving, you are thriving, and you are well on your way to a long, meaningful life. Chapter 6. Embracing emotional resilience. As we age, we inevitably face challenges, some personal, some physical, some emotional. We may experience loss, health problems, or setbacks that test our strength and resilience. But how we respond to these challenges can determine not just how we cope with difficulties, but how long and well we live. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from life's setbacks, to maintain a positive outlook even when things don't go as planned. In my 60s, I've faced my share of obstacles, from the loss of loved ones to personal health struggles. But I've learned that resilience is key to maintaining peace and joy in the face of adversity. It's about acknowledging the difficulties, but choosing to rise above them. It's about not letting hardship define who you are or how you see the world. One of the keys to emotional resilience is maintaining a sense of hope. Even when things seem bleak, I remind myself that God has a plan for me, that my story isn't over, and that each new day brings the possibility of new blessings. Another important part of emotional resilience is self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on ourselves when we face failure or difficulties, but I've learned to be kind to myself, to forgive myself for mistakes, and to accept that I am not perfect. Resilience also comes from having a strong support system: family, friends, faith, and community. These are the anchors that keep us grounded during turbulent times. If you're still able to bounce back from life's challenges, and if you've developed emotional resilience over the years, you're setting yourself up for a long, fulfilling life. Chapter 7. The importance of faith and spiritual health. As we get older, it's common for many to reflect on their faith, to seek deeper spiritual connection, or even to reassess what they believe. For me, my faith has been the most important foundation of my life, especially as I've gotten older. No matter how many years pass, my belief in God's purpose for me and His everlasting love has been the source of my strength. Faith, in whatever form it takes, is essential for emotional well-being, particularly as we age. In my 60s, I've come to realize that nurturing my spiritual health has kept me grounded, hopeful, and at peace. Whether it's through daily prayer, reading scripture, or simply taking quiet time to reflect on God's presence in my life, my faith has become my compass, guiding me through the ups and downs. Having faith doesn't mean that life will always be easy. In fact, the Bible teaches that challenges will come, but faith gives us the strength to face them. It provides comfort during times of loss, assurance during times of doubt, and peace during times of trouble. If you're still actively nurturing your faith, whether through church, prayer, or spiritual practices, you are investing in your mental and emotional health, which will ultimately contribute to your longevity. Faith provides a sense of purpose and connection to something greater than ourselves, and that's something that sustains us well into our 60s, 70s, and beyond. If you've built a strong relationship with God and continue to lean on that faith, you are on a path toward a long and fulfilling life. Chapter 8. Laughing and finding joy in the little things. As we grow older, it's easy to focus on the challenges, the aches, the pains, the inevitable slowing down. But if you can still find joy in life, if you can laugh and appreciate the little things, you're doing something right. Joy is not just a fleeting feeling. It's a powerful force that has the ability to improve our overall health and longevity. Laughter is, in fact, one of the best medicines we can give ourselves. It reduces stress, boosts our immune system, and improves our mood. I've found that the older I get, the more I find humor in life. Whether it's with my grandchildren, watching a funny movie, or recalling old, amusing stories from my past. Laughter has become an essential part of my daily routine. When I find myself laughing, it reminds me that life is worth living, that even in the toughest of times, there's always something to smile about. The simple joys in life, whether it's a beautiful sunset, a cup of coffee in the morning, or a good conversation, are what keep us grounded. These moments remind us that life is not just about the big milestones, but also about enjoying the little things along the way. If you can still laugh, find joy in your daily life, and appreciate the blessings you have, you are on the right path. Life doesn't have to be complicated or filled with grand accomplishments. The simple pleasures, the moments of joy, are what make life truly worth living. Chapter 9. Staying physically active and maintaining health. One of the most important aspects of living a long life is taking care of your body. As we age, it's easy to let physical health slip to the bottom of our priority list. We might feel tired, have aches and pains, or simply be reluctant to move as much as we used to. However, staying physically active is one of the key factors that not only enhances quality of life, but also helps extend it. Throughout my life, I've always prioritized physical activity. When I was younger, I participated in sports, went hiking, and kept myself busy. But as I got older, I realized that staying active doesn't have to involve strenuous exercise or intense sports. It can be as simple as walking, stretching, or doing light exercises that keep your body in motion. Keeping active helps prevent the loss of muscle mass, maintains bone health, and supports your cardiovascular system. Even something as simple as going for a daily walk can work wonders. Additionally, regular physical activity improves mental health, boosts energy levels, and contributes to better sleep. As we age, we may feel the urge to slow down, but our bodies need movement to stay strong and resilient. The more active I remain, the more I feel capable of tackling the day. I find joy in simple tasks like gardening or stretching in the morning, which keep me flexible and limber. Furthermore, taking care of your physical health isn't just about exercise. It also involves proper nutrition, hydration, and regular checkups. Eating a balanced diet full of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats is crucial. As I've gotten older, I've become more mindful of what I eat, focusing on nourishing my body with wholesome foods. And yes, I make sure to stay hydrated, as it's so easy to overlook. If you're in your 60s and you're still keeping your body active, moving, and nourished, you're ahead of the curve. These small efforts will pay off in the form of better physical health, a higher quality of life, and a greater likelihood of living a long and vibrant life. Chapter 10. Cultivating strong relationships and connections. It's often said that the people around us, the relationships we nurture, are a reflection of the life we live. As we age, the importance of maintaining and cultivating meaningful relationships becomes even more evident. We may experience the loss of friends or loved ones, and our social circles may shrink. But having strong, positive connections is one of the most important factors for living a long, fulfilling life. The older I get, the more I understand the value of deep relationships. Family, friends, and a solid community have been the cornerstones of my happiness. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of life and forget to nurture these connections. But as I've aged, I've made a conscious effort to stay connected to the people who matter. This includes not only spending time with close family, but also maintaining friendships and engaging in social activities that bring joy. A strong support system is invaluable. In times of hardship, a kind word, a listening ear, or a shared laugh can make all the difference. These relationships provide emotional support, decrease feelings of loneliness, and even contribute to better mental health. I've found that my relationships with my children, grandchildren, and friends are among my greatest blessings. They provide me with love, encouragement, and joy every single day. Being a part of a community, whether it's through church, volunteering, or social clubs, is also incredibly important. It creates a sense of belonging and purpose. No one is meant to go through life alone. Having people to share your experiences with, to celebrate milestones, and to weather life's storms is a priceless gift. As you age, if you're still fostering meaningful relationships and maintaining connections with the people you care about, you are not just enriching your life, you're creating a foundation for longevity. Social interaction and love are the pillars that support us through every stage of life, and they are absolutely vital for thriving well into your golden years. Conclusion: the art of embracing life in your 60s and beyond. As I reflect on my years, I realize that the journey of aging isn't something to fear or avoid. It's a natural, beautiful progression of life that allows us to grow in wisdom, purpose, and peace. If you're in your 60s and still doing these things, staying physically active, nurturing relationships, embracing emotional resilience, finding joy in life's simple pleasures, maintaining a sense of purpose, and leaning on your faith, you are already on the path to a long and fulfilling life. Living to 100 is not about following a secret formula or relying on a magic trick. It's about adopting a mindset of health, purpose, and joy. It's about appreciating the gift of each day and living it with intention. It's about knowing that age is not an obstacle, but an opportunity to live with greater appreciation for what truly matters. In the end, it's not the number of years that count, but the quality of those years. If you're living fully, keeping yourself engaged, connected, and purposeful, you are doing what it takes to live a life full of meaning and vitality. So if you're 60 or older and still embracing life with enthusiasm, you're a rare gem, a person destined to live a long, fulfilling, and impactful life. Keep embracing life, keep living with purpose, and remember, age is just a number. You are never too old to do the things that bring you joy, to find new opportunities, or to love more deeply. The best is yet to come.